This conference will now be recorded.
Being 6 p.m., we'll bring the December 4th, 2024 Budget Committee meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you guys for coming. We'll put the minutes off until we have your presentation. Why don't we start with the Lockmere Village?
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to recuse myself because I'm a member of that board.
Okay, Joe Jesserman will recuse himself. Yeah, so basically, we haven't been able to look at this yet. So if you could just go over us and tell us the highlights and the lowlights.
I'm Jessica Labonte, treasurer for the Lockmere Village District. Our budget really did not change much. We are pretty consistent with our figures. We are trying to consolidate some line items, so you might see an increased total in certain, but our budget is getting smaller as we're trying to be more efficient and get rid of some of these line items. Our 2024 income looks very wonky. It's very high for us. We are in the middle of getting our new filtration system for PFAS. So those funds are from the grant from the state of New Hampshire. So we're trying to keep those separate. We do have some retainage that we are holding on to as well. So the payments, our income looks very, very inflated this year. But that should be coming to an end by the end of first quarter of next year, I believe. So our big expenditures this year, we did have to get some money from the trust fund. We had some generator issues. We are in the process of getting a new generator with the help of this grant as well. So, but we're on target for what we planned for. We were over what we planned on for our income last year, so we used that for what we are basing for our income this year with 54,000, which is a slight increase. But most things, we planned more for office supplies this year. More things are falling under that category and more things are more expensive. We also may need to buy a computer. Well, we will need to buy a computer for our new filtration system so that hopefully we can use that and not get money from the trust fund this year. Our taxes went down, so we were able to reduce that and put more money into the office supplies that way.
So what were the grants? Just curious, so that's what the
We received
300,000.
That's the first part of it. We received over $1 million for our PFAS filtration system. So we are basically getting a complete overhaul of our pump house. Our water tanks are staying, but we're getting the new generator. There's new piping. So a lot of things fall under this grant where the pump house is getting a little older and a lot of it is original parts with the water supply. So a lot of those items they're able to put into the grant to help with our aging system.
That was supposed to be completed by last quarter of this year, but it's now going to be completed first quarter of next year.
So you have $1 million somewhere, or?
Well, the state has $1 million for us.
Okay.
So the builders, they submit their AIAs. They have an inspector go out and the state actually approves the funds. And then the state sends us the funds for us to disperse to our engineers and Penta that's doing the actual work.
Okay, so you have one budget, which is your normal budget.
Yes.
And then this budget, which has an
Well,
gross profit of
2024.
$380,000
Yes.
is the
So we're keeping that separate,
Okay,
that
yeah,
300, we're keeping that separate, so it still reflects on this, but,
okay,
and the offsets, are on the back, I believe.
okay, great, yeah, so we
Yeah.
can see all the different expenses here.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any categories, your normal categories that are going up at all, or?
We did increase the office expenses. That was the big increase. But our payroll stayed the same, really just basing a lot of the figures that we planned on were conservative. So we were higher in property taxes, higher in insurance than we need to be. So we kind of were able to roll those back and put them in other places that we could use the funds.
Great. Any questions from anybody here?
Nothing for me.
Christine?
What's uncategorized income and uncategorized expenses?
So uncategorized income, we're using that as money that we're getting from the trust fund, essentially. Oh, sorry.
And the expenses?
And again, that would be funds that we're using from the trust fund to pay the bills for the month. And part of the difference there may be the way the retainage line is showing in QuickBooks. We just had to start holding back retainage for the workers from Penta. So I tried adding a line item for retainage in QuickBooks. I was hoping it was going to reflect on here, but I don't believe I did it correctly. So I still have some working to do because we are trying to match that line item with what the state is telling us that we should have for our total of retainage. With the last payment, we are going to be up to about $28,000 that we have to hold.
You might have done it correct because it could be on your balance sheet as an asset or a liability, which you can leave it there until you use it because this is just profit and loss.
Yeah, and it was more, I wanted to see retainage. So when our clerk goes through, she can match that up. I wanted a clear line on this just for her eyes to be able to see.
So it's probably just the type of category you made,
Okay.
which you can change that type.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try that.
Yeah.
Anything else? We can just review it, and if we have any other questions, we can contact you.
Definitely.
But,
And once I get okay from you, I'll fill out the forms from the state so I can get the official to email to you for signature.
great, super. Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm back.
Well, maybe you could explain if we have any other more questions.
If you have questions, I'm pretty well versed.
Okay, great. Okay.
Gonna
We
stay
will
there?
go to the Tilton Sewer Commission. Flip a coin, you guys, come on.
I think I left it on.
So, yeah, just looking at it quickly, most of the increase is from the state.
Yes, we're bending
Again.
over,
Yes, right.
big time.
Right. Yeah,
Based on the metering study, this is supposedly our percentage of the total bill. And as you notice, they were nice on the admin. They cut us $6,000 from last year to this year. But they made up for it with, 53,000 up on O&M, 26,000 up, no, 30 up on capital charges, and
50
about
up.
50 on
Yeah.
replacement fund. So
Right.
second sheet in shows you our progression for user fees for the next few years because of all these increases.
So is this, do you think the increases is a yearly thing?
Well, so for next year, metered facilities are going to be 5.5 cents per cubic foot. Minimum metered bill would be $44, and the unmetered would be $100. And then in 26, we go up a penny on the metered. We go up $4 on minimum and $10 on unmetered, and so forth. So those are basically the lion's share of what we do.
Sure.
The maintenance line, which we're over, is we pretty much are on hold pattern, and when things break, they get repaired. So, do you know how many grinder pumps roughly we've
We're
done?
averaging right now about 3 a year.
So 3 of the individual grinder pumps a year. If it's a total replacement for those are around 10 to 15,000 now, I believe. And if it's on the big stations, those can get very pricey.
Well, this is what it is. Whoops, sorry. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. How many employees does the sewer district have?
We have 3 commissioners, myself here in the office, and then we have a snow shoveler meter reader, part-time.
Meets readers 4 times a year and then does snow removal as needed.
A hard position to fill.
Do you coordinate with the aqueduct, right? Is that Tilton Northfield?
Lockmere Village District water, Pennachuck water, and then we have some of our own that we read.
Yeah, oh, she wanted you to speak into the microphone.
Oh.
So she needs it for the minutes.
Yeah, so with any of the outside water companies, they give us their meter readings, so we base ours off of those.
Yeah.
When we deviate, Johanna has a fun time answering questions.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't have any other questions.
You know where to find us.
Yes,
No, good.
right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is it snowing yet?
Yeah, there's about 2 inches.
Yeah.
Taking the amusement ride, Catherine? Yeah. Ring the bell.
Okay, so let's go over the minutes. November 20th.
Having read the minutes, I'll make a motion to accept them as presented.
Yeah, I believe I read them earlier too. I'll second, but we can wait a little bit to see if anyone
Yeah.
has any questions.
Absolutely.
I read them earlier, so I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, great. All right, and Tim did bring a
Updated.
new updated
He's
budget.
He's online if you have questions.
Yeah. He told me there were just some insurance changes. Some of the plans, so. What have we got next week?
Next week is the department heads. We have Shane Dow, the DPW director, and Chief Gilman, police, coming.
Okay,
Scott and Tim will both be here, so if there's time and you want to do the town admin, you could do it that night, or he's scheduled for the next week, so.
well, I think, since we've been given their presentations to the selectmen, so if we all read this, we'll have a good.
Good understanding
yeah.
already. Yep.
But you still want them
And
to
I
come in.
actually saw the presentation.
Yeah, we should,
Yeah.
yeah, we should say
Okay,
hi.
just made-
Yeah.
I also wanted to know how you wanted to handle it, if it was bad weather, snow-wise.
Yeah.
How are we going to handle things if you decide to cancel a meeting? When do you want to do it, like on the day of something, to see how the weather is before you do something? I'm just trying to get an idea for because we're coming into the winter months. So
Right.
like, how do you want
Well,
to
we still
let
have
everybody
time,
know?
I think, so we could just move them out. Unless it's every Wednesday, then we'll have to have a special
I meant
meeting.
on the day of, so let's say a snowstorm comes in, how do you want me to handle if you decide to cancel it? Do you want to
Okay.
just
I guess you just email everybody if,
email?
if I feel like we should not have it, or if
Does
someone
then-
else feels we shouldn't have it.
I don't have anybody's phone numbers. Do you want a text chain for something like that, where that's a little more immediate?
I like that better because they canceled a meeting last week and Cindy
Plan.
called because I'm busy and I didn't see the
You didn't see
email.
the email?
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's my,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
my concern. So I'll get everybody's
Yeah.
phone number
And-
before you leave tonight.
Okay,
We don't have
sure.
to do
Sounds
it
good.
here, but.
Yeah,
I don't think 2 inches is worth, canceling or something like that.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not until the day of that you decide to cancel it, I just want to know how to get the word out, how, so Bill, I'll make sure that you and I have phone numbers so that we can be in contact if that happens.
sure.
Say so, number is
Thank
fine.
you.
Yeah, I'm bad with phone numbers, so make sure you get everybody's number here.
I will. I'll put them out on email too, so everybody has it.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Aren't they on the website?
Only if
I
you
thought I saw
want.
my phone number on there.
Well, like on the
Selectmen
budget,
are for
budget
sure.
committee.
The
website.
selectmen
I
are,
think
but
that our
I
phone numbers are on there.
think it's the selectmen are. I don't think anybody
I'm
else.
not
wanted
on the
their-
selectmen.
No, I know. I'm just saying
So
when I.
maybe planning board then.
Your
'cause I'm
email's
pretty
there.
sure I saw my phone number.
My number is, want to write it
No,
down?
no, not right. Well,
I got my
you don't want it
card.
out in the public, do you? Or on,
Doesn't matter.
okay.
I don't answer it much.
If you want, feel free.
Yeah, it's 603-568-1050.
Okay.
But,
Did you guys want to discuss any of the outside agencies tonight, or because you're a couple people short? I don't know what you want to do first.
2 people.
I think we just should review it, and then
Sure.
we've got some information from CASA, the VNA, and then we just might want to go over the Lockmere Village and the Water District quickly again to see if there's any other questions in the town, and we could ready next week for the highway and the police.
Yeah, Christine, your phone numbers aren't on the website. Just the date that you're done. And,
126. Yeah.
yeah.
It must be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Nobody's
okay.
phone numbers here.
So do you want to just get them through email? People send you their.
I have my card.
No, I'll get it from her before she leaves tonight.
Okay.
I'll get Deb's and Stan's that way, but yeah.
Yeah.
I have Deb's.
Okay. I'll get them before you guys go.
All right, I'll write it on here.
That'd be great. And John, same with you.
Yes.
All right. Any other business people want to talk about, or
I'm good.
Christine?
Do you have any questions for
Go.
Tim on the budget? Oh.
Motion to adjourn.
Joe.
I'd like to talk about
I'll
that.
second.
There you go.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimous.
Okay.
All right. Well, drive safe
Who else
tomorrow.
do you
See
need?
what happens.
Stan.
I don't know if I have Stan's. He